Dang, it's been too long, huh?
Nah.
We was cutting in with the murder rate. I was trying to find the deaths. It ain't on there, but that should be under.
Not just scroll.
That's December 14th.
Go to the first one you went to. What was it saying? It says.
Homicide.
That's old.
Yeah, that's October 19th, 2020. By October 13th, Indianapolis had experienced a nearly 43% increase in homicides compared to the same time last year. So that's
Oh, you look at your date up at the top, bro.
number. Yeah,
That's why you got 2202.
Oh yeah.
Man, I don't like being the tallest. Everybody up here.
We'll have to fix it later.
They got that little brown chair up in here.
Sitting on?
Oh yeah, it's another one of these out there, but then you're gonna be
I
blocked.
just tell them I'm 10 feet. That's the way I get away with it.
I don't know, hell, I don't even know why this is important. We got a lot of deaths, and we increased it by 50% compared to 2019. So that's the previous year. We increased it. We doubled our murder rate.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
they exceeded it. I think that was a record.
That's like
You know, and really the question just stems from like, are we really on that same path?
this year again. I feel like we have no choice. Damn near. It seems like it's topping itself after each year, ain't it?
Yeah.
I mean, but when do the healing starts? Like, when do we say, man,
Oh, like,
we tired of seeing our families cry? Or we don't care, it ain't that important.
sometimes I feel like
Because I want to know that way. I know what side of the fence to be on. Because if it's a clear consensus that we say just fuck everybody, I can get on it.
No, that's,
Right.
no, that's
But if
You want to right.
He wouldn't know where to stand. He just didn't know where to
Exactly.
You just try to keep the humility, like where should you
like,
go?
yeah, because my spirit tells me I'd rather help you than hurt you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
it feel like it ain't enough help. Like, that's straight up.
Do you think it stems from like just people?
Yeah.
Like it starts with each individual knowing that they have to get their own lives in order first. And I think people expect help, especially if they already been poor for so long. They expect to get
You right.
help and shit. You know
You
what I
right.
mean?
you're right.
And I heard that an analogy about a rabid dog, if they like stuck in a corner, you know what I mean? And all they know is, you know how they salivate at the mouth and they just like growling, even if you give them like a cooked steak. Like that dog won't even eat it, just sitting there growling at you, even if you got food for him.
Right.
Then the dog probably not gonna eat it because it's so used
Like
to.
it's going through withdrawal.
Yeah, like or like it's so
Traumatized.
yeah, it's so traumatized and used to
Yeah.
being starved and hit and all that
Mm-hmm.
that you so used to that environment that that's all you know is to just growl, and you know what I mean, because you being deprived of so many
necessities.
needs. Yeah.
I feel like that's what plagues the community. Why a lot of the violence happens is because people. I don't think it's
It didn't
really
take
people
away your
actually
schools,
going
you
without.
know what
I
I
think
mean?
it's
Like-
people thinking that they going without more than what they should. Like, say for instance, we have all been in a place without,
Yeah.
but you understand you still have to conduct yourself a certain way, having
Yeah.
less as if you did have it more. But some people have it and still will act out of character because they feel like they should have more than what they have, even though their needs are met. They want their wants to be met just as well as their needs. Like, instead of more or less, a lot of people ain't really wanting to work for it no more. The social media made it kind of like a quick way to get instant money. Like if he got it, I should be able to get it that quick type.
Like
you
the
know?
microwave.
Yeah.
It's the microwave as opposed to the oven.
Mhm.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Get that shit done quick. You want your
Yeah.
pizza done in 1 minute or 20?
Yeah. I always take the 20. And it turns out better. 20 for sure. But not only will it exceed the murder rate, I think this year, I think it's going to increase because of recent events. Even you can see how distraught people are and how extreme people are going to be during this year.
Even with all the free stimulus?
I mean, that's it. How many
That's
days
gonna
in
stimulate a
Army?
lot of people.
There's still a your cup. I
But
got
no,
one.
I don't think it's gonna
But for
hit
the
like
wrong
that,
reasons.
though. I mean, first of all, I don't think it's. I think that I see how they changed a lot of they resources, or they changed a lot of how they gonna help, but I just think the amounts don't add up. That's all.
There's no price you can put on a human life, right? So yeah, it's a joke when we really think long and hard. It's really a joke they want to cash us out $2,600 for a family or for a death from this coronavirus.
Right.
Y'all supposed to be the government, our government. Y'all are our leaders. Y'all are our protectors. You know, so to have another country infiltrate us and basically gas us,
Yeah, straight up. That's all that happened.
you know, it's chemical warfare.
And
You
with,
know, at its highest rate. And they saying it's gonna get worse.
if war were to come, or even if we think about the unemployment and how we reacted to jobs and stuff like that, it also makes me think about how with the lack of resources in our communities, and then you take away schools, and then you make them virtual, and then everybody don't have internet, everybody can afford it, and it speeds, and it's sharing, and it's being at home, and exposing people and being vulnerable like that. And then how does that impact inspiration? Like, how do people aspire to go to college, or aspire to learn a trade? And I don't know how do you react? Like, if I was a kid, I don't know if I really feel the same way now being a kid and online and all that stuff compared to like when I was a real kid. And
If you were coming out of high school, would you go to college?
Right. Like, right now, if I could redo it, I would have.
I'm talking about during Rona, during like this transition that just happened.
Oh, would I want to go to?
If we were leaving, you know, we left school.
Oh, right.
And you're an 18, 19-year-old kid, and would you risk that debt to go to school, right, like in the middle of this, or would you rather just get some money and try to be self-made?
I would have did self-learn. I would have did self-taught. Like, so much internet, so many books.
Yeah,
like,
I actually would have too.
And it's all online anyway. You might as well just do it yourself. And even if you have resources or not, it's plenty of apprenticeships, internships that you can do, and assistantships that you can do.
I think they should just do away with. Do you think they should just do you think they should set up mostly trades and special
the stuff you go to
specialty job, like the doctors, the specifics where you have to learn.
Specialty jobs need to set up their own type of trades, so then everybody can decide. High school, you get exposed to what you're doing, as opposed to college.
You think you should go
the last
like
2
school?
years of college.
You
You're exposed to what
you think it should be like high school, medical school, like straight like that? Like cut the middle of college out, high school, medical school?
Like magnets. IPS got magnets.
Like in high school, they train you already for what you're about to do. When you
I knew I didn't want to do diesel or auto mechanics when I left, but I knew that knowledge would help me
at home with your
Right.
regular car,
Yeah.
or that's
like,
what I
let's
was like.
pull up.
right. At least you take care of the basics. You know what to do.
Right, in emergency. I feel like college is becoming obsolete. I don't know if it is yet, but I think we're going back to how it used to be, where you got to be self-taught and you got to be under somebody's wing.
Like, you basically are the trade. You are the job. Like, you, who you know.
It's like being a pupil, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, if you can find that apprenticeship, that mentor, that care as much of teaching you the skill set in the trade, as opposed to just having it, then I think that can open doors for a lot of young black kids to being, you know, engineers and you know, mechanics, and having their own body shops and things like that. So yeah.
We can try to squeeze in. So yeah, actually we can piggyback off of that. If it's not college in the community and you are not working, then you're probably going to be in the military. This
Now,
was Dalen's topic.
in the military, though, do you think
What's each
black
one?
men should fight? Now, what I'm saying is, I feel like black men should join if they want to,
This is a hot button topic right here.
but not fight. Why I say that is because 50% of the jails are populated with black men. It's a lot of single black mothers. We don't need too many more black men dead. So I suggest that if it is a job that has a high death rate or causes you to be frontline to receive death, then I feel like any black man from America should not be put in that position due to the fact that we already extinct. Treat us like the damn dodo bird. Treat us like we about to, like it's only a few niggas left because it really damn near, not enough of us are populating. So and since a lot of men, a lot of them are, homosexual. A lot of them, so we ain't populating as much as people think, So next 20 years, our numbers are gonna be so low that,
And a lot of kids is dying. Young youth is dying.
right. So I don't know. But Tony, you and Rob, y'all military, y'all got the spirit. What y'all think?
Straight
What y'all
up.
think?
And I was
I
trying
wanna
to
know.
think of the best way to say it, because I know people who are infantry right now that have never seen combat, but I know people who like drive trucks and almost died. So it's really, you fighting ain't really like your choice. Like stuff can just happen to you that makes you have to fight. Like I got a buddy right now who was overseas. He was his job was blowing up bombs. He blew up bombs that they were left around. Like that was his job. He just drove around and did. Like that's a dangerous ass job. But he says his favorite job. No one tells him to do all the time. He gets paid good. He can go to different. He can drive around all day. Like he loves it. He never wants to stop. So I can't say like should you fight? Like I don't know because there's so many different things you do in the military that aren't fighting. Like there's only like so many jobs that involve you getting in direct combat. A lot of them is just like there's a lot of support jobs. A lot of stuff that's not direct. There's a lot of office jobs.
So you being support, you saying you could get into the same type of fighting as somebody infantry
if something just you can be a truck driver and get attacked. Something can
Right.
just happen to you that you're not in control of. Because overseas, like I've been to 4 countries in the army, and I've seen stuff happen. Like we had a PX get bombed.
Mhm.
Like PX is just like people who work, civilians who work there, and people who are just buying food and whatever. It's not like a combat zone area, but it still got stuff can just happen. You don't really get the choice to fight. It's just
So, I mean, so like that's what I'm saying. Like putting them in that position to get that. I mean, like if it's like, see, the thing is, most people I know who are in the military are in there just because they wanted to go to school or they needed something to do. They didn't really have no direction. So I never really known nobody being patriotic and black in the military. Only on TV. So I don't know if I hold the military like they should. I don't want to say they should treat black people different, but the world does. So in a way, give us like some props. I feel like if I feel like since you already are rare and you were fighting in a war which this ain't even your land to begin with, you fighting in it anyway. You need more props for the rare breeds, man. I feel like they do it in schools. They give black kids scholarships because of the lack of opportunities when they're at home. But why when you go overseas is it different? Like if you're going overseas, do they pay for your cable or do they even give you like what incentive or is it enough incentives to die for is what I'm saying? Like if it can happen at random, if you can get bombed on random, I want to make sure I'm getting compensated for me getting bombed at random. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that depends on the person because there's a lot you can get out of it.
Mhm.
It just depends on you and what you do. How you finesse the system. Otherwise,
you can finesse. I know homies who finesse the system to get their master's degree. I know a dude right now in the military. The only reason he joined was his kid was born with a pre-existing condition. He didn't have health care. This is before Obamacare. He didn't have health care at the time. He had to join up. And he said that saved his life. He was just slim dope all the time. He had, military.
So they
changed
health
his whole
insurance
life.
was what he used it for.
That's what he went for.
I mean,
He stayed. He's been there for like 20 years now. He stayed because that changed his life. That made him look at everything different, move different. Now he doing great. Well, I know.
And when you go in, you don't necessarily fight. Like I know people that's in like 20 plus years, they never been
Never seen
employed.
combat. Never
Like
like
nothing. They
Yeah.
just stay over here.
Damn, I seen more gun time than them.
That's real.
Post road.
Bars, bars.
That's real.
These are bars.
That's real. I've seen more
Yeah,
danger going
most
down the
times.
post.
Yeah, like I never been shot at when I travel internationally, but I've been shot at
When I travel
on
locally.
post back then. Yeah,
Yeah,
So that's-
locally,
bro.
That's a fact. I mean, I'm not, equating. Maybe it's where I traveled at, and things might be more different, internationally, or based on, locally, or I mean, locally is different too, but it's a different kind of danger in when you somewhere you don't know, I guess.
Yeah, do you think you're already kind of more aware? Like you already, when you at home, you kind of might move comfortable because you know the area. You think that that's the difference?
Yeah,
Like you might have.
Familiarity.
Yeah, because if you somewhere you don't know, you always alert. Like
that's really where
it's
it
gonna be
comes.
chill when
And
you
that's
living
the,
overseas and you ain't never been there before.
What's the word I'm looking for? Called slipping. I mean, that's literally what it, equate to, where it's like you got so comfortable.
But like, and it all derives from the military, right? They put Muhammad Ali in jail, in prison, made him strip his heavyweight championship because he wouldn't go fight in Vietnam, right? And his response to them was, Viet Cong, they never called me a nigga.
All right.
So I think that every person, if they want to join the military, they have their own right. If they want to serve their country, as they say, they want to serve their country and do all that and fight for our protections and our rights. But I don't think someone should be forced. I don't think someone should be drafted per se.
So that should be.
So you saying black people should be exempt from drafts? I feel like
I
definitely.
believe everybody should be exempt from draft, not just black people.
No, you
but
don't have to have
especially
drafts. You have to, because if a war breaks
You
out,
expect to be a civil.
you
war,
have to.
right?
Yeah, you have to. You're gonna have to draft some people. They usually draft the least educated between 18 and 25.
right, and they have people applying for that, so they don't have to draft.
No, 70% of eligible men are not the age group are not eligible due to fat cases.
They'll lower those stats. They'll lower
and
it.
drugs and shit like that. So most men, we
They
think
need
that
to-
they need
can't.
to roll back their policies.
Cause I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell
they
you
will
right
if
now.
they need to.
What's
Because
the
you know
main
what?
Facts.
I guarantee half of the prison population, federal and state, will join the military.
Right.
My only issue is that Mal. Change that Mal.
I can tell you right
Change the
now.
Mal time.
If the war break out with like Korea or whatever, those restrictions military will all drop like quick as hell.
So they don't care about your hair. They don't care about your age.
It'd be like a voluntary
They
draft.
no tattoo. They don't
They
care
want
about that.
if something happens,
Most
they
of
want
the
you.
pump changes right now.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
they'll
All
change,
the
possibly
right
go
now.
up and down all the time. Like you couldn't have a haircut when I joined, now you can. Because when I joined, it was like
Society. And,
Nah,
and with
It
It
transgender,
Times
wasn't in
is
society. It
changing
was
now,
still
so they gotta change
I
their
joined.
regulations.
We were still technically at war, so they were taking people in. Like they were cleaning your records up. You could have a. I know my sergeant. I was basic training. My drill sergeant said he had a record when he joined, but he joined during 9/11. Like right after 9/11, they said we'll take it off. Don't worry about it. We need you out there.
United States government, they do what they want.
And after
Right.
everything cooled down, they ran back up.
And then it ran back up. Now you gotta be clean.
That's interesting.
You can't
They
have
Change
recently
like
just
that.
changed the tattoo policy. Now you get sleeves now. You just can't go past the wrist.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So you basically might as well just chill.
Oh,
Yeah.
because like you can cover
You
up.
can be. I know they say it's thugs, it's bloods, it's Crips. There's
Yeah.
all type of different gangs infiltrated in the military.
Yeah.
I
Dang.
believe it.
I know some Crips
I
in the
believe
military. I was in basic training. Met 2 Crips from California. 2 of them. They were cool as hell to me.
What was their position? I mean, what was their point to?
They was in basic. Why they joined?
Mhm.
They needed. They wanted money, and they wanted the health care. Every black man I know that joins the military wants something. They don't just join because they love the military. No,
Right, that's what I said.
they-
Everybody I know, they never joined for
Because
patriotic reasons.
what has their country really gave to them?
Right.
Yeah, it's different.
Like I joined because I wanted something. Everybody who did you join? What did you join? Why did you join?
Well, it's for school at first.
See,
Scholarship.
See, you didn't join because you loved America. Nobody. I met.
Why you joined?
I school at first. Then I liked mostly the school at first. Then other things, resources I used to do other stuff. But yeah, military got a lot of resources you can use to do stuff. But
Yeah,
like,
what's-
It's a matter of using them.
What about if somebody like I want to go there for a mate?
for a mate, you want to meet somebody in the army?
Yeah, like if that's just how they want to roll. Like I just need. I
Then
want
just hang out by a base. People in the army are horny as fuck. Just
So
hang out
how
by a
do-
base. You'll find somebody.
How do they date though?
In the army, how do you date? Depends on where
It's
you
something
at.
low key, ain't it?
Depends on where you at. You at home, you just date like regular. If you overseas, you gotta be a little more smoother with it. Cause like when I was in Kuwait, I seen people fucking in those tiny ass porta potties several times.
Yeah.
I didn't say nothing because I just kept moving. But I've seen it happen. I wouldn't do it because it's gross.
Do you have to tell? Like, do I gotta edit this?
But was it
No.
with the locals or
No, it
was
wasn't with locals. It was with other soldiers.
I
You
get it in
don't.
post.
You can.
Bro
Hook,
said yeah.
oh, yeah, locals hook up, but that's like not on post. You go off post for that.
No, I mean like the locals. Like say if y'all in a different country
Right.
and some males or females, they want to do something with some foreigner, immigrant.
Right.
Do they mix? Because I seen movies that in bars like in the 20s, 40s, that the military men they go out to the bars in Philippines.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
can still like. Depends on.
Some of them even married them and had a whole family with them.
Yeah. It depends on the situation you in, how the rules in your base are working. Because I know people who get leave, they go to bars, they meet people, they link up, and they go back to base like it nothing happened. But like I linked up when I was on leave in Germany with a chick, and there was nothing to that. I just did it, and I went back to base and better what I was doing. It wasn't.
So what about
crazy.
social media?
What about
Like, how does social media impact dating with military on top of that?
Are y'all allowed to get on social media?
Yeah. If you
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
this
know
chick I
that.
follow.
Man, y'all
She's
ain't
on
doing
there all the
shit. Y'all
time.
ain't good job. You know what y'all doing. Stay off this.
Nah.
That's what
Look at you ain't left.
Nah,
Right.
okay. Big thing about social media. If you gotta like they trust you to be smart not to post no dumb shit. Like if something like
Oh, yeah, no secret shit.
yeah, like not even secrets like shit like if you say you about to go somewhere at like 12 o'clock. If you post, hey, I'm heading up to the base at 12, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Don't post that.
I mean, everything
If
you
you
do.
post shit like I hate PT, I'm just gonna get mad at you for saying you hate PT.
Right. Just agreeable. Everybody hates PT.
Yeah.
As far as posting stuff we overseas and stuff, they give us briefs and stuff like beforehand. That if you break them, you know the consequences already.
They'll tell you up front, hey, this is what you should not do, because this will happen to you. They'll tell you off rip off so you know.
Even like on the weekend, say like we on drill weekend, like we about to give y'all a pass. Before you go on that pass, they're gonna get everybody in the formation. And they're gonna give you a brief on what to do and all that. Like,
Where
oh,
you
you know, y'all
can't
gonna
go.
drink and stuff. Don't be stupid. And go on your way.
I remember when I was
So
on pass in Texas, there was a street of bars called 6th Street in Texas, and they told us specifically, y'all cannot go to this street. We still went to that street, but they told us not to go there because they didn't want us to get caught up in nothing. And I did get caught up in some stuff. Actually, it might have been right, but it might have been actually right. Now thinking about it a little
All
bit.
right, so you do your tour, you come back, you take away the distance. Do you feel like dating is obsolete based on that? Based on coming back and it's different, or do you feel like do you feel like
Wait, what you
dating?
asking?
Do you feel like dating exists as far as like the truest sense of the topic, where you still paying
Old-fashioned.
for it and
Old-fashioned.
like
Traditional.
About today world.
yeah, like
It's Netflix and chill now. Ain't
Basically.
Yeah, switch.
it? I think it's even past that. That's dead.
That
That's
shit's old.
yeah. So it's
All about entanglements now.
yeah. Does it have to do with
it's
communication?
WYD. What you doing? That's pretty much what it is.
Everybody know what they want. It's like, you trying to meet up or not?
Yeah, and then if I agree
I mean,
that
9 times out of 10, if you ask a chick to come over your crib or she has to come over, you already know what they gonna lead up to.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
They ain't
It's
come over for
more-
no reason.
life now is more straightforward, and I feel like the dating aspect is you can choose to if you want to. It's more lanes for people now.
I think it depends on if you. If I go to a girl and I talk to her, I just know her. I'm gonna know if I can just hook up now, or do I gotta actually try to date her first. I can know from from that first conversation.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, okay, I gotta take
Intentions. You
somewhere.
gotta communicate your intentions.
Yeah,
I don't know. I always make it farther with women I never dated though. Like just in life.
Like
as far
that
as-
wasn't the inception. Yeah.
Yeah, like the ones who didn't care about a date, they were the cooler ones.
or was the ones
The ones I usually had that wanted a date were not,
It's because you
They
didn't like them.
they like to
That's
beat
Is
around
it
the
because
bush.
you didn't like them on
That
the
is
date?
crazy.
Was that it?
No, they would require probably another date or something else that wasn't in my interest.
It was too much like barriers being built up. Where it's like I'm trying to just get to know you, and even on this date, I didn't get to know you.
Right.
I just like You just wanted the experience.
I'm really mad nobody told me not to date because
Yeah.
I was like, I learned early, but even then, in my early 20s, bruh, it was just like, for what? Why was I dating? Like, I think I dated, honestly, I like to go out, just period, right? I was just going out, period. But then sometimes women be like, well, shit, I want to go. Sometimes I'll ask to go on a date, like, because I'm about to go do something.
That's true.
And they'll try to invite themselves without really inviting themselves. Like, damn, that sounds fun. I want to tag along. But then I'm like, so then I don't know if there's a date in that area or, you know. So, but me being me, you know, I just paid for it. But then now I'm looking at it like, why? Like, why did I waste it?
How do y'all feel dates have changed? Or what's a date now and what's a date then? Or whenever you first started dating, what's the difference? For me, I'll start in there, round robining. For me, my first date was my dad dropped me off at United Artists over on 96 and right when you hop off 96. What is that, Hague or something like that?
Hey,
Right
bro.
down the road from us.
Yeah. So
It sounds so local. Like nobody outside.
I love it though. So, and I was, dang, who was I with? That was like 6th grade anyway. You know, my mom didn't know. But dating for me now is, it's not as simple as that. Like dating for me now is like, you kind of have a cue. You feel like when you approach somebody, like you feel like you getting behind. You feel like when you approaching a female now, to me, that you expect to be in a queue of approaching. Like, does
You
that
feel-
make-
you feel like
of
the
dating?
Basically, you got to be brought in. Basically, she got to
Yeah,
give you
like
the okay.
gatekeeping. Yeah, like
She gotta
it's,
give you the
it's
okay,
no
like,
more like open.
Yeah, you
oh,
good.
you cool. We
You
can
check out.
Yeah, I can at least date you.
And
Now
now,
it's like I can even
yeah.
date you without a level of expectation. It's like it's no more. The standards is just like changed. It's
so
so
it-
much drastic. Now.
Yeah, do you think that's what it is? Is it like people's motives for dating change, right? Because like
Yeah.
back then, your motives were probably more innocent, like you just trying to get
You were
to
in
know each
6th
other,
grade.
kick it. But then I think today, like sometimes if you dating some of the women, their motives might be to get a dinner date out your ass or a smoke buddy or to try to use you for something you got. So they might be, you don't know until you like really get to talk to them. But
Yeah.
I don't want to go on a date to get to know that. Like
They switched the game on us.
Yeah.
They switched the game on us.
How what you mean? Like
The females. Well, as far as what we used to do, like, you know, disclaimer. What we used to do, sell a female dream when we was young. Have them thinking they was our girlfriend, but we got whatever, how many on the side. So now the females flipped it on us. Now we know what y'all want.
It
I
just
feel
sound
like that came from social media though.
That just
Like,
sound
I
like
hate
it's
to
just
keep
karma.
going back to it, but it felt like the perpetuation of that came from
I have
the growth of social
Women-
media.
they usually do a thorough search on whoever they about to start dating.
These are bars.
You know, and it's crazy because I done had a few women to say, "Oh yeah, you good."
Yeah, and you
I
be
went
like,
on your
what-
Facebook.
you
I
like,
went on
what?
whatever.
You're like,
good.
what you mean?
You good? I'm
So
like,
they really search for you like that?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get searched.
Damn.
thoroughly. You know, and I guess
And if she don't do it, her friends do it.
Really?
yeah,
Damn, I didn't know
you
that.
gotta get a
I did not pay attention to none of that because I don't
You
have
didn't
a
get
social
on
media.
social- you never got
Right,
on
but I'm
social.
like, I didn't
But
know
you
that they-
never did. I took breaks. I got year breaks in between mine.
But now they search you to see.
I'm
You
single.
get searched.
I slowly just got off social the more I didn't like it. Like I grew to dislike it more and got
It
off.
is not the same as
I heard a
MySpace.
chick
Or
say,
MySpace.
done his social media.
Nah, I ain't RP MySpace. Tom is still rich. I don't RP and shit.
I don't know what she did after.
Tom
Yeah.
is still rich.
Yeah.
Tom's the nicest rich. He's rich and don't do nothing. He
I
just
like
sits
my
and
around.
life.
that falls into your wheelhouse too. You said about the dating situation. I can't even ask for a girl phone number no more. They say, "What's your Snapchat?"
Really?
What's your Instagram?
Yeah.
That was big.
Because a lot of chicks be.
Hold on, wait, y'all. We got a one person at a time. It's not a group
That's
conversation. Because we keep doing that. We just don't
No,
know.
I apologize, but I had to come
No.
because it's a real thing that happens to me, and I be lost in the sauce when they ask me that, and I'm like, "No, I just want your phone number."
So they rather, instead of your phone number, they rather just have your. So how do you communicate? Do you want you to communicate through the
Through
social
text.
media?
Yeah.
So they can avoid getting your number because they have social media.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. So you a fan now? Bro, you a fan. If you don't got her number, that's not personal.
Pretty much.
If she offers that, like, you know what I mean? Like, who does
But
it?
it's so comment like I don't have Snapchat. I don't have
Right, but
Instagram.
for her to offer that though.
But it's them. It's not it's her with plural.
Damn.
Right?
So they doing it's like a thing that they do now.
And she really has to be into you to get your phone number.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know how handsome I was until a woman gave me her phone number. And it was just out through the knowledge I done learned, you know, from a woman giving me her phone number as opposed to her Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
When you face that, a woman giving you the numbers, it do change the self-esteem. It different rather than
And I used
Yeah,
to get a lot of
Snapchat.
time.
That was all it was though, bro.
Yeah.
That was it. That's all you could get was the damn, and now you gotta get
It's like, what's
3
your
forms of
social-
social media before you even really know.
You know my ID. I
Baby
rather just
day,
give my
you got
identification. You just take my ID.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not no creep.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of women is geared to, you know, make sure they safe, right? Because it is a lot of weird dudes out
Yeah.
there. Y'all know who y'all are. But it is, you know what I'm saying? So
that we hear.
Yeah, they gotta take the precautions, man.
Yeah, that's just. I guess it's
If
just
you a
moving
creep
smarter.
these days, you know you're a creep because you came out off of Netflix, and if you like him, then you know what's up. And if
Oh,
you,
yeah, I remember
if
that
you
show.
normalize him, then you gonna find a female that normalizes it like he did.
no doubt.
And it happens. I gotta use the bathroom, so let me get them, please, so I can get some bars, and then
Oh, shit.
we can go to the second hour.